So again, it's another slide on a variety of different things here. Some of the stuff people may not be aware of that they can recycle, or don't recycle right now. Rick mentioned that that every type of plastic 1 through 7 will now be accepted up there as of July 1st if this is approved, which will be a change in what's occurring up there. But there are a wide range of things that can be recycled, and we're, again, not trying to mandate recycling. If people want to throw all the stuff they're throwing away in a trash bag, they can certainly continue to do that. What we're suggesting is that if they want to do that, that they should be paying their share to do that, rather than trying to take some of this stuff out of the waste stream. So it's kind of a, like I said earlier, it's a user fee, nothing more than that at this particular time. Some other communities that are using pay-as-you-throw, Rick mentioned there's roughly 45 other communities in the state. We list out a number of those in front of you now, so you have a better sense of how that's working. I know that Dover has been a very successful community in the pay-as-you-throw program. Peterborough recently has gone to pay-as-you-throw. They have had some significant successes in instituting it over there. But again, if people know anybody in these communities and want to find out how it works over there and how much of a change it is, good or bad, feel free to call somebody over in those communities, and they can probably give you a better sense than certainly we can with the pay-as-you-throw program. Again, we're talking about trying to reduce the waste stream. The slide in front of you talks about how we can do that. Again, just trying to recycle everything you possibly can basically comes down to that. And using reusable batteries, things of that nature, really, it does make a difference, believe it or not, if every community looks at that. Maybe we can talk briefly about, we talked about the 60% anticipated reduction in the waste stream, and we also showed how we came up with the cost avoidances and the revenues. Well, what information did you use to determine what those fees would be?
As far as the different bag prices, we looked at different communities, so we had a good idea where that was coming from. We knew that certain communities, successful communities, had upwards of close to 70% reductions in trash. And like I said, communities that had some kind of a semblance of maybe a limited recycle program. So we looked at it, and we also figured out roughly how many households we thought in Merrimack would utilize the pay-as-you-throw program. And then we back calculated that based on the average number of bags per household. The state average, I think, is about 1.3 bags per household, 33-gallon bags per household per week. And we backed those numbers into what we were going to be charging for the bags, and then we have obviously a good handle on the amount of trash that we take out of the transfer station on an annual basis.
I think, again, just to be conservative with our revenues, you mentioned 1.3 bags, 33-gallon bags per week. I think we estimated one bag per household per week. So again, trying to be very conservative. It doesn't seem as though we may have been looking at the 60% reduction in the waste stream and things of that nature, but we tried to be very, very conservative in the revenues and cost avoidance expenses that we would be occurring with this particular program, and I think we've tried to implement that as best we can. There's also some discussion briefly, and I'm not sure how far you've gotten on this, but there was some talk about, well, rather than just using the transfer station altogether, what about just going to curbside pickup, which would open up an entirely different avenue for the town of Merrimack. And if we instituted curbside pickup, we would go out to bid, obviously hire a private company to come in and operate a curbside pickup program, and potentially either close the transfer station down or use it for another use, potentially a new public works garage, something along those lines. Any idea at all what type of financial impact a curbside pickup program would have?
Well, obviously it would increase the per bag price, and we would have to figure on how many trucks we'll need to pick up the town on a regular basis. the resident would see that if they put their bags to the curb, they'd be picked up, but there'd still be a manual pickup. They would have to, truck driver would have to get out, pick up the bags, only bags that had the town seal on them. We looked at somewhere at least 50 cents per bag in additional costs, if that was the case.
Okay. So it's less expensive to operate the transfer station with a pay-as-you-throw program than it would be just to discontinue the transfer station altogether and have a curbside pickup program instituted.
I think so.
Okay.
Definitely.
Again, we mentioned that the town council is really looking for some feedback on the pay-as-you-throw program. We understand it's very controversial. Some people really think it's a great idea because it's environmentally friendly. You're recycling and reducing the amount of trash that goes into the landfill, those types of things. So the council is weighing whether or not to implement something like this starting July 1st as part of this particular budget program process. And you've got on your screen now some remaining dates for the budget sessions that are really important. Obviously, we've got the January 26th date. Monday, January 26th is a budget meeting that's being held on that particular date. They're going to hold a public hearing at 7:30 to specifically to try to get feedback, both positive and negative, about pay-as-you-throw, to try to get a sense from the community how people feel about it, and determine whether or not that's something that they can support to bring forward to the voters for their vote on the budget itself. And they've asked to have as many people and contact them or the town offices to provide feedback on what their perception of pay-as-you-throw is. So we've got two budget meetings left, the 26th and 29th. The public hearing of the budget itself is February 12th. The deliberative session, session 1, is the 10th of March. Then ultimately voting day is the 14th. So these are the dates that you can, except for the 14th of March of April, obviously, come in, make your concerns heard, and allow the council to make some changes to what they're proposing to the community for a budget. This, like I said, is a major change in the operation of the transfer station. I think we all acknowledge that. It has been used very successfully in the past in other communities, and we've tried to model ourselves and our program to those communities that have had some success in this. But more than anything else, we're just trying to get your feedback at this point. If I think the council wants to just get a feel for where everybody is and are they willing to move in this direction to potentially save some money one way or another. So with that, we hope you come the 26th of January. We'd love to hear your feedback, positive or negative. I want to thank Rick Seymour for his information and support during this TV show. And I hope to see you on the 26th. If not, again, please feel free to email me or Rick Seymour at our email addresses. You can find those on the website, and we'll have those put up on the screen as well, so people can let us know what your thoughts are. We look forward to seeing you on the 26th, and thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.